Good evening and welcome to another Paranormal Captivity. Today I want to tell you a story about visiting a coworker's house. I worked at Blockbuster back in the day. It was my favorite job I've ever had and I have lots of fond memories of it, and that's kind of the reason I met my main squeeze. And anyway, that's another story for another time. When it comes to, when it comes to paranormal stuff, I was hanging out with two coworkers. One of them might not have had a job there yet. No, he did. Both of them were working there. They were friends, and we were all hanging out together. I don't know where we were going, but we'd known each other for a while, like before we worked there. So we were headed to the mall, I believe. And while we were on our way out of town, going west out of town, I don't think I've ever said this, I live in central Indiana. So central Indiana on the east side of Indianapolis, so we were heading towards Indy, going west. So we were heading out of town, and one of the guys that I work with wanted to stop at his house. I was like, cool. So we stopped at his house briefly, and then he needed to run an errand or go somewhere, and I have the smallest bladder in the universe, so I was like, I have to use your bathroom. And he was on some kind of time restraint, so he was like, stay here, we'll run over, we'll take care of it, we'll come back and pick you up, and then we'll go to the mall. So like, okay. So he left me in his house, and I go in the bathroom, and it's weird. It doesn't look like that old of a house, but it was one of the ones that had like the little water basin up above the toilet and like the pipe and then a chain that you pulled to flush it. And go to the bathroom, you know, minding my own business, and you know, there's the bathtub on this side, and I start hearing voices. It sounds like two men talking in the room on the other side of the wall. Now, I didn't really explore the house. I went through the living room, and then right past the living room, I think, was like where like the kitchen was, but I went through to the bathroom. So that's the extent of the house that I'd really seen. There was a stairwell upstairs, but I didn't even go there. So I'm hearing these voices. I go to the bathroom, and I end up even stepping into the tub and putting my ear up against the wall and listening, and I can't hear it. It sounds very distant, kind of like radio static. Like it's not really static, like it's through an old time radio almost, and it just seems very distant. So I'm hearing it and I'm listening, and I can't make out anything they're saying. It's just the voices, which also remind me of another story that I'll tell you another time with hearing voices in bathrooms. It's weird. So he comes back by. He's like, hey, you ready to go? And I'm like, yeah. I keep hearing voices in your house. And he goes, how did you know that? And I go, no, what? And he's like, that my house is haunted. And I was like, I didn't. I don't know. And he explained to me that his mom had died, and ever since she had died, they had voices in their house, of both men and women. But that they all had experiences in this house with voices. And he was surprised I hadn't heard the woman first, since I am a girl. But yeah, I told him it was two men talking on the other side of that room, and he was like, that's the room where everybody hears everything. I never went into the room. I don't even know what that room was. Maybe like family room, maybe bedroom, I have no idea. But yeah, I was able to tell that my friend's house was haunted without being told that it was haunted. So it was pretty dope. I hope you enjoyed my story, and I look forward to telling you many more in the future. Have a fabulous day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!